Hey, what is up, everybody? Chris Souders, SlungerCat Outdoors, and with catfishing getting ready to be in full swing, I thought it'd be a great time to share some catfishing gear information with you guys to help you understand what you're going to be spending your dollar on and to help you push that dollar a little bit farther this spring. So the first thing I want to talk about is catfishing rods, or what rods are suitable for catfishing. Now, when it comes to deciding what rod we specifically need, will depend on what species of fish that we're going to be going after and the size of that fish that we're going to be targeting. If you're going to be targeting big blue cats or flatheads between 10 and 35 to 40 pounds, then a medium heavy rod will do the trick. But if you're going to be targeting fish that are smaller, say the 1 pound to 5 to 10 pound range, then you will definitely want to get moved down to like a medium or a medium light style of rod. I want to share my own setup. Now, this is a medium heavy rod, and this is a rod that I pick up and take if I'm going to be targeting 20 to 40 pound fish. Now, I have a pin squall level one size 20 matched up or paired up onto this rod, and it really pairs nicely with this rod and the action and style fishing that I prefer. But whenever I want to catch smaller fish, then I will downsize my reel to like a 6,000 or a 6,500 size reel. That gives me a little less bulkiness, pairs up with the lighter medium light or medium size rods, and you still got the power handle and enough drag to do whatever fishing that you want to do. So whenever it comes to choosing the right reel for your rod, there's a couple things to keep in mind. First is this is truly one of those things where you get what you pay for, but you want to stay within your budget and within your means. Second is to try to find one with a good, smooth drag system and one that just fits you comfortably and matches and pairs comfortably with the rod that you chose. So the next step is deciding on what line that we're going to be putting on our catfishing combo. Now for me, I prefer monofilament because I fish in a lot of heavy cover and structure in lakes and rivers. But if you're going to go with a smaller reel and you want to be able to put more line on it, then braid offers that ability. It's a smaller diameter, but a strong pound test, where monofilament, to get the same pound test, is going to be a larger line, which means you're not going to get the capacity onto the reel. Now, this is the reason that I use like a 20 size reel on most of my rods, is because I still need the line capacity, but I want to use a heavier monofilament. So it's truly just depends on your personal preference on whether you prefer braid or you prefer mono. Now, I do like braid in specific situations, say for bumping or maybe even sometimes dead sticking. But 99% of the time, I just use monofilament. So now let's talk about what we're going to be tying on to the line that we chose to spool this reel up with. And that is called terminal tackle. Everything from our main line down to our hook is classified as terminal tackle. Now there is a lot of catfishing specific pre-tied rigs on the market today, but almost all of these rigs are built off of the same basic pieces. We have the sinker slide, a three-way swivel, a Durlock snap, crane swivel, and a chain swivel. Then we also have two different styles of floats, a foam float and a demon dragon. Now with these basic pieces of terminal tackle, you can make just about any catfishing rig that you need. But the biggest thing that I want you guys to take away from this is that it does not matter where you get it from. The only thing that really matters is try to make sure that whatever terminal tackle you have or you get, it has some sort of pound test rating. For example, these 2/0 by 1/0 three-way double crane swivels have a pound test rating of about 150 pounds. That way I know that it was tested in some way and it is a better quality than something that does not have a pound test rating. So your leader line is what connects your swivel to your hook. And one recommendation that I highly recommend is that you actually use a leader line material like this Andy or Slime Line's heavy cover leader line. So the leader line that you choose and the hook that you choose are what I consider to be two of the most important pieces of this puzzle. So whenever it comes to choosing the right hook for our situation, there's a lot of different hooks on the market. We have J hooks, Kell hooks, and circle hooks. Now, something that I use and I highly recommend for you guys are circle hooks. So one thing to keep in mind when we're trying to choose the size of hook that we want to use is just being realistic with ourselves, once again, on the size of fish that we're going to be going after. For example, if I'm going to be going after eater size style of fish, I will use a 3/0 size hook. But as I move up in the size of fish, I will move up in the size of hook, up to a 10/0 size hook. But for me and most places that I fish, an 8/0 will do the trick. Anything from 10-pound fish to 50, 60, 70-pound. So a couple of things that I look for in a good hook that I highly recommend you do as well is find a hook with a good offset and also a wide gap between the point and the shank. Both of those things are going to help you with a higher hookup ratio. Now, depending on the style of fishing that you're going to be doing will depend on the style of rig that you need to tie. For example, if you're anchor fishing from a boat or you're from a bank casting out into a body of water, then you will want either an anchor slip rig or a Carolina rig, or like a 3-way float rig like this one. Now, another rig that works really well in these situations is what is called a double hook Kentucky rig. Now, if you're going to use or try a different style of fishing like dragging or bumping, you will have to use a specific rig for that specific situation. And if you don't know how to tie those or don't want to mess with tying them, head over to SlungerCat Outdoors. I got a long list of pre-tied rigs there on the website, slungercatoutdoors.com.